So what made you
choose you?
Yeah, because I don't have no tattoos.
Just your vibe. Your vibe. What it do, YouTube? It's the AMU family back in. It's your boy Mikey D.
And it's your girl Hazel. Now, as you guys can tell by the title, what are we doing today?
We are doing what it's like for a white man to date a black woman, or to be in a relationship with a black woman.
Yes.
So make sure y'all turn the post notifications on, comment, like, subscribe, and let's get into it. I look like I have a sunburn.
No. So what is it?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Like
to date a black we're not dating.
To date.
What is it like to date / be in a relationship with a black woman?
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie. It's amazing.
Stop the cap.
Whole different race. When we met each other, we weren't focused on that.
Yeah,
when
you're attracted to somebody, you don't see color.
Yeah, I mean some people do,
well,
but we don't.
Do. Yeah, I didn't see that when I met Mike. I didn't see, oh, he's a white guy. I'm
gonna tell y'all the truth. I don't know about her. Well, I do know about her, but I'm gonna let her to explain. But for me, she's the first black woman I've ever dated or been with in a relationship ever. Because the way I was raised, I wasn't raised racist, but I was raised not around a lot of black people. So it's I had black friends in high school, obviously, but they're not like from where I live at now. Like they weren't like ghetto or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, just.
So okay, let me ask you a question. So what's different besides the other races that you dated compared to me? I'm not downing all white girls. I'm not downing y'all. I'm not. Trust me, I have sisters. I'm divorced. I'm not divorced, but I mean I am divorced, but I'm not like single and divorced. So what's different?
Like I said, I'm not saying this over all white girls, but a lot of them, I don't know. I don't really. It's kind of hard to explain because
cooking, hair, fashion.
White people can cook too. Black people can cook too. All races can cook.
About like the hair part.
Okay,
the wigs, the toothbrushes, the grease, the oil, all that stuff.
Okay, good. Thank you for bringing that up. Appreciate it. So the hair. I'm not a girl, but the way I was grown up and raised around, like I had sisters and mom and stuff like that, and cousins, none of them ever had wigs. I never been around any. I mean, no, my grandma don't even wear a wig, but I've never been around someone who wears a wig. So even when I was in the army, I saw black women with. I guess they had wigs on. I don't know. I didn't know until I got with her, and she was like, "Yeah, she was wearing a wig." I was like, "What?" So it's like, I mean, obviously, when you change your hairstyle, it doesn't look the same. Yeah. Obviously, it's a wig. It's a wig, but so sometimes like the bonnets the bonnet situation, like the wigs, I'm fine with that. I don't care about it anymore. Like and I never really cared about it in the first place because when I met her, she had a wig.
Yeah. Because you don't know about this. It's called protective hairstyle. It's like protecting your own hair from heat damage. You don't want to get up every day pressing your hair, washing your hair. It's not good for black people to do that all the time. So when you wear wigs for at least you could wash your hair and put it back, braid it back, and put it underneath the. Yeah,
because you wear wigs, you wear braids.
Yeah, it's called protective hairstyle.
Two different things. It grows your hair. I never realized wigs were so expensive.
And I cut my hair, so it's like I cut my hair because when I first had a child for postpartum depression, I went bald.
Yeah, she went Britney Spears style.
I went bald. I grew back. So,
but the whole hair thing, it's not really like she knows what she's doing with her hair, like, and she's all self-taught with everything. She doesn't go to a stylist, she doesn't go to a salon. She does it by herself. So I
did when I was younger. When I was like in high school, I did get braids a lot, and I paid like what $50 to get it done. Plus the hair back then was cheap. But I was like, you know what? I don't know. I learned how to do it one day by myself, and the wigs by myself, and then I just.
Yeah, it's
because wigs by itself is expensive. So imagine trying to have somebody put it in. That's another $200. So.
The thing is, yes, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all no. I was raised in the church, but I was raised Catholic. She was raised in the church. She was raised Christian. I guess
that's a good thing too.
I guess two different religions, right?
Yeah.
And I was in the military. I never went to church because church wasn't a thing unless you're in basic training. You don't have time for y'all. You're doing other stuff in the military.
But you didn't go. You went with your parents.
I mean, as I said, I was raised I was raised Catholic, so I went to school. I went to church every Sunday, and then I went to Sunday school after that, the same day. But my parents weren't heavily involved in the church, right? They weren't heavily involved. We went to Sunday school because how do I say it? When I got out of the military, I met her. She wasn't really even on her own. She had her own place, and how do you say it? I guess when you move out of your parents' house, church is a thing that you don't want to. You're not trying to do. I guess, how do you say it? You're not trying to do it voluntarily. Yeah. Because when we were when she was a kid, when I was a kid. I feel like when you get forced as a kid to go. Yes, like your parents are like, don't party too hard Saturday night. We got church tomorrow. Yeah, so when you've been like that the whole time, by the time you turn 18, you just fell out of church. And her family was more heavily involved than mine was. So mine wasn't all about like church 24/7. It was only.
Okay, what's the difference between cooking?
Nothing.
So ain't nothing different between.
No, white people can cook just like my mom can really cook. No offense.
I'm talking about the food wise, like greens and all, like your mom.
We ate greens and chicken.
Okay, so that's
the only thing.
Clothes, fashion.
Okay.
What's the difference between dating?
Nothing, babe.
There's nothing.
Nothing. Besides your hair. Your sister is just as bougie as my sisters are.
But what if I was like that at first?
What you're like? What at first?
When I first started dating,
yeah, but then you got rid of that whole. You're a more simplistic person now, like I am. Look, let's see. I'm not wearing designer stuff. Yeah. I don't care what I look like. I have a lot of tattoos to make up for all that absence.
Okay.
So, and I'm gonna do the crazy.
Okay, gel, lotion.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you all the story. When I was in the Army, I just got to Fort Hood, right? And that's when I started getting tattoos, right? Like, this is my second duty station. Korea was my first. I didn't get nothing in Korea. Fort Hood, I started going crazy on tattoos. And I started hearing stories from my friends who were like darker skinned than me, black, Mexicans, whatever you want to call them. And they were using cocoa butter, right? You know, cocoa butter makes your skin smooth and moisturized and shinier. And I never really knew about it because obviously I'm white. I didn't come from a family that would use cocoa butter at all for anything. So I got some cocoa butter I had in my barracks room, and one of these I don't even I know who he was now. He was like, how do you say it? His name was Rodriguez. So he was a sergeant. He came in my room and he looked at my cocoa butter that I had, that I had on my dresser. He's like, I'm not gonna say my last name on here, but I'm like, blah. He'd say blah blah blah. He's like, private blah blah blah. Why do you have cocoa butter? And I was like, because it makes my skin moisturize. It feels fresher. It makes everything stand out, like my tattoos. He goes, I only thought black people use cocoa butter. And I don't know if he was joking, because you know people in the Army joke a lot about stuff, racist stuff, dark humor, whatever you want to call it. We're all good. We're all family. So I was like, no, sorry, no. I use cocoa butter too now. I just started using it. So I thought it was a kind of funny story when a lot of people think that cocoa butter is just for black people because people's skin get ashy. Yeah. But put it on certain occasions, like when someone's like going somewhere, or when I want my tattoos to stand out more. But anyway, so I know black people. She uses, and it's not just cocoa butter, shea butter, whatever else you use.
Shea butter.
Let's see. Since this is just about me, I would say. When I was in the Army, I met a lot of. I'm very cultured. I'm different than my family. My sisters and my mom and dad and all them, and my whole family, they're not cultured. And cultured by means that I've been around other cultures. Yeah. Black people, white people, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Koreans, Asians, all the place, right? So I take things from everybody. I take little tidbits from everybody. So that's what I took about from black people. Well, I say black people. I guess that's the only thing you can call them. Black folks is I like using cocoa butter. And on tattoos, obviously I have tattoos. And another thing is, I think a big reason why we're together, we met, is because of my tattoos. Because if I was blank, I might have looked pale to her, and I might not have looked interesting. So what made you choose you? Yeah, because I don't have no tattoos. Just your vibe. Your vibe. When we met, I saw her. And she actually told one of her friends, I don't know which friend you told, AJ, Aries, who was it? You told one of them, oh, I like that white boy over there. Yeah, but the thing about it is I had experience with white guys. No, that's for her video. Her video about dating a white. He's not my first, so that's what I'm saying. You the first. I'm the first. She's the first black woman I've been with. I'm not the first white guy. Actually, kind of am. Josh wasn't white. Yes, he was. He was mixed. I'm not mixed though. He was white and Mexican. That's not, no. Okay, so what is white and black then? Primarily black. So Gio is,
Hey, you're not my first white person.
No, I am your first all white.
Okay, well, all white.
Okay, well, okay, then I dated a half black girl, half white girl, but she was way light skinned than you.
Cool.
Stop the cap.
Yeah. I know you lying.
She doesn't know my exes. She never met them because obviously they were back before I came here. But she's never seen them. But I don't know. I feel like she's not like all black women though. She's not bougie. She's not ghetto. She's easier for me to get along with because I know her too, which is a big topic. It's a big thing. And I'm gonna end it on this. We're gonna end it on this one. Politics nowadays it's way harder for black and white people to be in a relationship because they're gonna clash. Democrat, Republican, this person, this person, this person, this person. They like this, they don't like this. And us, we don't pay attention to that. Like I told you in the last video. But this is getting more. I wanted to.
Cause now, when we first got together, that wasn't a big.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. When we first got together, I didn't. I'm gonna tell you the truth. When we first got together, I didn't even know the difference between Republicans and Democrats. I didn't know like their logos, their colors. I never paid attention to that, so I didn't know. She was the point when they say, oh, Democrats are blue, Republicans are red. I was like, oh, like Crips and Bloods.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's why they're always fighting. So I was like, okay, this guy this, and it's annoying because it kind of like it doesn't affect our relationship in a bad way, but we definitely notice it, and especially when we go to the store, people like look at us like.
So I have a question. So. If
I'm gonna talk about politics, y'all get the point.
So say for instance, if we wasn't together, like okay, I don't want to say this because it ain't gonna never happen. But so say for instance, we broke up. Would you ever get with another black woman?
I never will get another woman. Period. Probably. Just like you. You said you probably wouldn't get with her. You done. I'm done too.
So you would never ever get with.
No. I'm done. No, I'm done.
I was saying because like you said, politics is.
I don't know.
Politics plays a part in people's relationships nowadays. So I'm just saying, if we was to ever break up, which is not gonna happen, I'm just saying, would you ever date that? Because like you said, politics is.
I'd just be single for the rest of my life. I mean, we both talked about this. Like, if we ever went our separate ways, we'd both be single. Been together for a while, 7 years. It's almost 7 years. In a couple months, it'd be 7 years. And it would be weird for me to picture her with somebody else, and it would be weird to picture me with somebody else.
It's like, what do we do for 7 years?
And plus, like, we've seen everything. Yeah. And I'm not talking about the world. I'm talking about us. Yeah. So it's like, it'd be weird to like cancel that out and be like.
Start fresh over with somebody else.
I mean, we have a child, so it's like we have a child. Yeah. And I would never want to be out of my son's life, ever. I'm not the type of dad, the type of person.
I'm not saying relationships are perfect, but I'm just saying we're not going to ever give up on each other, because you can't give up on each other.
Sometimes, there's one condition where you will give up, and I know you know what that word is. Yes, that's different, cheating. But I'm not like that.
Other relationships, I never cheated. I just saw, like,
and she's
I just saw that it wasn't going to work out, so I just.
And she's very unique. She's a very unique black woman because she's an introvert, just like me, but she's not very, I've already said she's not ghetto. She can act ghetto sometimes, but she don't like talk, dress, listen, all that stuff. So she's a little nicer. She's a little more easy to get along with, like
in the family. So.
Yeah, we're both the black sheep of our family.
Yeah, I was always the weird one in the family, so that's why I would never have friends. Right. And I always like a private life because I learned in the past years when we first had Jill that I used to go back running back to my family, everything about our problems. And then that's when they started hating him. You can't do that. You can't do that in relationships. If you in a relationship and you love that person, you can't just. And then y'all have a problem. Y'all two have to work it out because
that's part of
the reason why. Yeah, if y'all go back.
Like because when Gia was little, we always used to get in like not fights, but we used to always get arguments, and she would like call her sister to come pick her up or her brother, and they would always like try to be like, oh, you need to get away from him. He's a loser. He's
yeah, and his race didn't make it any better. So that's when I learned just to keep everything. If we have problems, keep it. As long as Mike ain't putting his hands on me or all the arguments, you're gonna argue in a relationship. If you don't argue in a relationship,
it ain't real.
I don't know what kind of relationship you got. Somebody must be cheating or something because evidently they must not caring about the relationship. If you could just not argue.
Don't be a Karen. You gotta care.
So. That was probably off topic, but yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
This video's done.
If you did, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new.
Hopefully maybe this helped you out in your relationship. If you wanna.
I feel like we went all over the place, but at the same time, it's kind of.
Yeah, we condensed it, but we kind of had it like going.
Hope y'all get the point.
But you know, when you color outside the lines a little bit. That's what we did.
Yeah. So.
So have a good day. I say have you a good day. Have a good day, peeps. Love y'all. Stay blessed.